Did you know that understanding just a few key tax changes yearly can save the average family thousands of dollars? Whether adjusting your deductions or planning your retirement contributions, minor tweaks can have a big impact. Hi, I'm Tim Gardner. Over the last 25 years, I've been a financial advisor and helped hundreds of families navigate changes and maximize their financial potential. Today, I'm here to guide you through the most essential financial updates for 2025. Now, before we dive in, I've created a free key financial data card to help you track these changes. You can download it using the link over in the description. And don't worry, I'm not asking you for your email, phone number, or firstborn in exchange for this piece of information. It's a free tool to help you. The big news is that the tax brackets and tax rates for 25, there are still 7 brackets, so let's run through them rather quickly. The tax brackets and rates for single filers for 2025. The lowest tax bracket you can see goes up to 11,000. Single filers with taxable income over 626,350 are in the top bracket of 37. Here are the brackets and rates for those married, filing jointly, and surviving spouses in 2025. The lowest bracket you can see goes up to $23,850. Filers with taxable income over $751,000 are in the top bracket of 37. Here are the tax brackets for those filing as head of household. The lowest bracket you can see goes up to $17,000. And filers with taxable income over $626,350 are in the top 37% bracket. Here are the brackets and rates for those married filing separately. The lowest bracket you can see goes up to $11,925. Filers with taxable income over $375,800 are in the top bracket of 37%. Now, for most married couples, filing jointly is usually the most favorable, but there are some circumstances that might make sense to file separate. This is something that we can discuss if you want to meet. And lastly, here are the rates for estates and trusts this year. In this situation, the top bracket, 37% marginal tax rate, is kicking in for estates and trusts over $15,200. Now let's look at standard deductions for this year. The standard deduction shown here increased slightly from $29,224 to $30,000 in 2025 for married filing joint, from $14,600 to $15,000 for single, and for married filing separately filers, from $21,900 to $22,500. Remember, the ability to take personal exemptions has been eliminated, a change which to some degree tempers the benefit of the higher standard deductions. The additional standard deduction amounts went up slightly from 2024. Thus, people who are blind or over 65 receive an additional deduction of $1,600 each in 2020, up from $1,500 in 2024. The additional deduction also increases to $1,950 in 2024 to $2,000 in 2025 for taxpayers who are blind, unmarried, and not a surviving spouse. For 2025, the child tax credit is $2,000 per child. $1,700 of that is refundable for those with income under $400,000 filing jointly, or $200,000 for all others. Tax rates for long-term capital gains and qualified dividends generally are unchanged at 0, 15, and 20%, but the brackets will change. For 2025, the 15% rate applies to capital gains or dividends that push the taxable income above $96,700 for joint returners and surviving spouses, $64,750 for heads of household, and $48,350 for single or married filing separately taxpayers, and $3,250 for estates and trusts. The 20% rate applies to long-term gains and qualified dividends that propel taxable income past $650 for joint filers and surviving spouses, $566,700 for heads of household, $3,400 for single filers, $300,000 for married filing separately, and $15,900 for estates and trusts. Remember that exemptions can also apply to art collectibles and Section 125 gains. Our tax code has evolved a lot, from 2 pages in 1913 to over 75,000 pages of complex rules that are constantly changing. We've covered a lot of ground today, and here's what you should do next. Download the key financial data card from the description below, like this video, and subscribe for more practical tips. Schedule a free consultation with me to discuss the specifics of your financial goals. This presentation may have brought up questions on your own tax situation that you'd like to get some more clarity on. If so, schedule a time to meet so we can discuss planning and strategies for your particular situation. Remember, planning is the key to financial confidence. Together, we can make 2025 your most successful year yet. Thanks for joining me.